What is up guys, Mini-12 here and welcome to another video. This is going to be a video on how to create your very own profile picture. This is going to be a Photoshop cs6 tutorial. If you haven't got that, I will leave a link in the description. But yeah, let's get right into the video. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is head over to File, then go to New. From here, you want to change the width to 500 and the height to also 500, so 500. And then just, well, background contents can be white or transparent, doesn't matter really, but we're just going to go for transparent. Then just click OK. And here is your banner, or not banner template, your logo template. What you want to do is, I mean, you could, if you want to, you could, I don't know, like add your own background with like the rectangle tool or something. I don't know, like do something like that. But we're not going to do that. We're going to go get a custom background. So you want to head over to your internet. And I mean, there are so many backgrounds you can get. You've got a gradient background, which you see is really cool effects on them. I like them a lot. I have used these a lot in my thumbnails. You've also got a grunge background. These are all so very cool. And a radial background, which are also extremely cool. So back in Photoshop, once you've got your like image, you want to go to File, then Place, and then you want to place in that image. So I called my image Green Grunge, and here it is. You just want to resize it by pressing Shift and just clicking. So I'm going to resize it. I think, yep, that looks good. I like the look of that. So now what you want to do is go over to here where all like the different tools are, and you want to right click and you want to go to ellipse tool. And now you just want to create a basic circular thing. So I'm going to make it quite big. Yeah, that'll do. And then once you've done that, you want to go to over here in fill. You want to change it to none. So that little red line thing. So I click that, and then it's got no fill. And I'm also going to change this to about 6 pt. That looks cool. And I'm also going to give it some effects. So you want to right click on the ellipse thing layer and go to blending options. And here you have a bunch of things you can do. You can give it a gradient overlay, which I would do if I were you. Make it about 30%. And a setting, it's completely up to you. You can give it a pattern overlay, just change the opacity. So yeah, I might have a pattern overlay as I hardly ever use it. An outer glow, nah. Yeah, we're not gonna have that. We could have a color overlay, change the color to white, and then change the opacity to about there. We can have a velvet and emboss, so just change the depth and all that. It is completely up to you, so we're going to have that. That looks really cool. You can have a texture, which you can kind of notice something. Yeah, I'm going to have that. And we're not going to have that. And yeah, I think that looks quite cool, so we're just going to press OK. Now the next step, you want to go to your text tool, and you just want to click anywhere. Just I'm going to click there, and you just want to type in the letter, if you want to say, of your channel. So I'm an M, so I'm going to go M. There we go. And you can also change the font. I'll leave all the font in the description if you want to use it. But yeah, here's a bunch of fonts. So I'm going to use Aldo because Aldo the Apache looks quite cool. Resize it. I recommend having it about 500. Yeah, so I'd say have it about 400 to 500. You can test whatever looks good. I wonder, does this work? We're going to make it a little bit smaller. So back to the text tool and click the text and press Ctrl A. And then we're going to make it just about 470. Yeah, that'll be good. We're gonna have it about there. We're just gonna resize it a little bit, and we're just gonna put it on a bit of a curve, so it's on like an angle, if you want to call it. About there. Yep, that looks good to me. Then press a little check mark. Then now we're gonna add some effects to this. So we're gonna right click, go to blending options, and then add a bunch of effects. Again, completely up to you, but I'm gonna add a drop shadow because that looks really cool. Distance to none, spread to 32, both 32. Actually, let's make the spread a bit bigger. Yeah, a bit smaller. Yeah, the size about that big. And then we're gonna add a gradient overlay. You can actually make it a custom color, so you can just double click that, and then click this little thing, double click that, and you can actually change the color. So we're gonna make it a, what color? We're gonna make it, let's have a red, just for the sake of the tutorial. Make the opacity to about 10, 20, whatever. And as you can see, it gives you sort of a metallic look, which is very effective. And something else I'm going to add is a bevel and emboss, but we're going to make the depth a bit bigger. So yeah, there, that would be good. And the texture, but we're going to obviously change the texture. So we're going to, yeah, that looks cool. The depth, we're going to change that. It's completely up to you. You don't even need to have that. But I don't like that. We can add a stroke. No, what about an inner shadow? Yeah, that's gonna be it. Yeah, so you can add as many effects as you want. An inner shadow, I honestly couldn't care what you do, but we're just gonna leave it like that. So yeah, that's about the end of this video. If you guys did enjoy, please leave a like, as it does help out a lot. Let's see if we can smash 15 likes. But yeah, if you're new, subscribe, and I'll speak to you guys later. Bye!